Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Alan. This is Project Elevate. Welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about the MyTeam guide that I released early on, and this is kind of a part 2, a follow-up, kind of updated for season 2. All right, so in MyTeam guide part 1, I talked about a lot of things. I went over some of the game modes, and we can go over that real briefly. There's been some big changes, particularly to Triple Threat Online and to Unlimited, man. Big changes. Shout out to 2K for listening to the feedback and making some much needed changes in Triple Threat Online now. You still got a 100-point limit to give up, but if you win the game, the points don't count against you, so it makes it much easier to get up to the top boards. And the trade-off on that is that the ball drops are a little bit nerfed. Used to be a 4 and 5 ball drops at the very top tier. Now it's just 3 going on from the last level of this tier 2 board going straight up, and then you don't get any ball drops until you get to the last level of tier 2 either. So a little bit of trade-off there, but definitely much better as far as getting up. It's going to be much easier to get up. Now basically you could take 5 losses and still some decent rewards up there. Tokens are increasing a little bit, and Paul Silas is one of the better cards in the game right now at his position, so not a bad thing to grind. Same thing with Unlimited now. Now you have 16 games to get it all done, and you still have to level up by winning a certain amount of games per tier. In tier 3, which is Emerald tier, you got to win 3 games out of 16 games. But now all the way at the top, you don't have to go 12-0 in Galaxy Opal tier. You can actually go 12-4 to get get that final reward. So they've just made it a lot less sweaty, a lot less kind of like live or die. Get those error code things out of the way so you can afford to take an L here and there. But definitely not bad. Definitely Gary Payton is the reward now, and he's looking pretty hellish on defense, so I might want to go grab that, man. I know some people in the community have already picked him up. Okay, we also got a new domination, and this is just, man, stacked for tokens. Now, if you kind of listen to my advice in the episode 1 or part 1 of this, and you kind of knock these out of the way early on, you can actually get into it. You have to get 33 stars to be able to get into this domination. I finished the current one. I got the 33 stars in all time, but I probably won't finish that out. It just doesn't seem like super worth it to me. But here, man, you get a ton of tokens. You get 60 tokens per conference that you do, per division that you do. And then for each one, you get a bunch of contract packs, and you get a Ruby coach for each team that has different play styles, different boosts and stuff like that. And at the very end, all the way here eventually, so you get some diamond consumables for 33 stars. You get Hoff, 3 Hoff badges, I think. I'm not sure if it's an option pack. I think you get all 3 of them. And then you get Amari Stoudemire for the last reward. And then for these 3 teams, you get a diamond coach for beating those Celtics, Bulls, and Warriors. So you get Bill Russell, you get a Steph Curry, and you get a Dennis Rodman. And I'll kind of put some pictures of what they boost. I've seen that on Twitter floating around. So definitely worth it to go through it, especially, like I said, same principle applies. If you're going to do this, knock it out super early, get it out of the way. A couple people have already knocked it out. So shout out to guys like Low TV that had already scooped up Amari. He's already enjoying his tokens. Great way to make tokens. They updated the token reward market this season, but nothing really spectacular going on there. And then, like I said, the MT. So I said in the first part of this that the first level you kind of want to try to hit is 250,000 MT, and then kind of go from there. There's been points in the season through season 1 where I got up to maybe like 350-ish or so, dropped down, picked up a couple players, was able to try out some players, boost up the team a little bit, and the team's not looking too bad. Not like meta overall, crazy. And I've found actually, I get a lot of slack for this Wilt Chamberlain still being in, but he's so good for me defensively. I could put other players, I could afford other players, but Wilt Chamberlain just kind of holds it down. Walt Frazier, Kobe, Carmelo, Lamar, just players that I'm comfortable with, players that I like what they do, defensive aspects that they bring to the table. Still running this Ron Harper because he clamps up a lot of those meta point guards. Like the new Curry, I'm not scared because I have Walt and Ron Harper that doing their thing. Limited reward players, season reward players, domination reward players, kind of like intermix with the team. So I have a competitive team and don't have to invest a bunch of MT. And from here I can go on. So the next level I want to try to hit is probably about 500K. Get up to that. have room to try out some of the really good players. If somebody drops, it's the big name that I'm like, I want that guy for my team. I like what he brings, or he's one of my favorite players, or whatever it may be. So at the end of the day, it's all about building a team that you're comfortable with, that you're happy with. In part one, I talked about having defensive stoppers, and I talked about having go-to scorers. And you don't have to have those at every single position. So Carmelo Anthony is my go-to scorer. I know he's going to get me a bucket. I know if he's open, I'm going to hit the shot. Kobe, secondary to that, but I'm very comfortable with his release, what he does, the middies, the defense, etc., etc. Everybody on the team can pretty much play defense. Will Chamberlain is there because Kareem, Embiid, those types of guys, he's going to at least bother them. Even if he can't shut them down completely, he's going to bother them enough to not make it a total liability where I'm scrambling and stuff like that. On the other end of the floor, Walt Frazier and Ron Harper are my lockdown guys, man. Any point guard, whether it was Isaiah, whether it's Curry, whether it was Derrick Rose early on, Nash, whatever you wanted to throw at me, any of those small point guards I was not afraid of because I had my lockdowns. So that's kind of what my team identity is based on. If you have a totally different play style, tailor that to your match, but you definitely got to have a go-to scorer. You got to have at least somebody that can lock down and clamp up, make life difficult, whether you're on balling, off balling, whatever your play style is. You do your thing. All right, so as we've covered some of the modes and stuff like that, MT strategies, whatever, I'd encourage you guys to kind of like try to play a little bit of more actual basketball in the game. This still is a game, month in that's very, very balanced. A month and a half in, there's weaknesses, there's liabilities, there's strengths in different cards. There's very few cards that can just kind of do everything super, super well and have no holes. And that's kind of how it should be. Not every card should be super, super overpowered. And even the cards that are like high tier, if you got a whole pink diamond squad, they usually have something that they're not super great at. Either they can't dribble really well, but they can shoot lights out, or something their defense is just not all the way there, whatever. So I encourage you guys to build a team that you're comfortable with, that you like, and also incorporate some concepts. There's some videos that I've put out on the Jazz Motion Freelance, Triangle Freelance, which is more, just for fun. Not really like a super ideal freelance to run in NBA2k22, but Jazz Motion is good. 4-out-1 in is good. I'll be dropping a little bit more playbook stuff too, to kind of like inject some more basketball, and maybe just kind of like some of my defensive concepts. Now, I'm not the most competitive player out there. I got into pink diamonds here in season 1. I hold my own. I have my strategies. I play a lot of on-ball defense. I do rotate and stuff like that. So I might drop a little video on that at some point, and definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see something like that from me in the future. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this kind of like part 2 of the My Team guide. A little bit of an update for season 2. Same principles apply. With level 40 rewards and stuff like that. You don't have to be the first, but it definitely helps. I got Carmelo about 2 weeks from the season ending, so not bad at all. Got a lot of time to use Carmelo to kind of relax, not have to worry about the grind, and then focus on other things. So same principles apply as before. Keep your lineup decently tight, unless you're totally going for collector level, which is kind of worth it this year. There's a lot of cool rewards scattered throughout here during collector level. Getting kind of close to this diamond shoe boost, I could easily pick up some cheap cards to fill that out. But you start getting some nice chunks of MT, off badges, tokens. The players at this point, like all these guys are not really even gonna like see the floor, but diamond contract, more MT, all this kind of stuff. You get them to this range. I know Pink Diamond Gerald Wallace is out on the streets for a few guys out there, so shout out to them. Shout out to Supplied and B Street Bully and stuff like that. Guys that are really going hard with collector level. No money spent guys are, they're getting up there too. Bernard King is actually available as well. Kobe shoes. So you do start getting some nice MT, some nice, rewards down the line here. 100K, This is 10 cards. That's just diamond contracts and Hall of Fame badges. So it's worth it, but go at your own pace, man. Dark Matter Gary Payton. Crazy. Diamond shoes and boost refills. 100 cards with diamond shoes and refills. That's wild. 150K. 250K. So like I said, that's worth it this year. It's a cool aspect of my team, so I'm glad it's back in. It's such a prominent part. there's players that, you know, that's what they want to do. They want to collect the cards, go through it. The competitive aspects don't matter as much. But yeah, man, so that's gonna wrap it up for season 2 my team guide update. Drop a like if it's helpful. Drop a like if you want me to keep doing these, you know, season by season, whatnot. Let me know in the comments. Go ahead and make sure you follow me on Twitch. We stream over there pretty much every day. So we're having some fun over there. Go ask me some questions up there about team building, about whatever you want. Just connect, man. Appreciate you guys. Drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. My name is Alan. This is Project Elevate. Till next time, elevate your grind, game yourselves, and each other.